To baseball now, R.A. Dickey's great season last year earned him a new contract and 1 or 2 spot in the Mets starting rotation. So the Nets are back in the mix, it seems, with Carmelo Anthony. The Nuggets reportedly reached out to the team, but no formal talks are scheduled. Officials will be in L.A. for the All-Star game, so maybe they can meet for coffee or something. Does he think about that moment when he has to step off the field, maybe not be a Yankee anymore?
Oh my God, don't ask him that because he will kill you.
That's why I'm asking you. And I think you're wearing that ring today, right?
Oh, I wouldn't leave home without it.
Let me touch it. Oh, yes. Like the tweets?
Yeah, I love my tweeting. Yeah, I'm a big Twitter fan.
You're going to have to say, oh, I'm chatting here with Lolita.
Yeah,
she's cool as hell.
Exactly.
Yeah, right? That's the next one?
I went to Texas Southern where we rode a bus, and she went to Harvard. Yeah, I'm going to tweet all that stuff.
I'm always going to get that. I'm always going to get that. When we talked to Joe down in spring training, he said that they might even limit some of the innings that Andy Pettitte will see. Do you see them trying to be, kid gloves with these 4?
Well, yeah, certainly careful, and I think Joe Girardi is good at that, at making sure his guys stay fresh.
How much stock do you put in these hot and cold streaks by hitters?
Well, that's important to see. As the season goes along, players are going to struggle.
First round of the British Open at St. Andrews, and a kid who is barely legal is giving competitors a run for their money. You see this guy here? Former Dallas Cowboy head coach Jimmy Johnson is reportedly going to be on the cast of Survivor Nicaragua this summer. I hope he knows there's no hairspray or extends on that trip. I'm just saying. Alex Rodriguez is celebrating his 35th birthday today, and wouldn't home run number 600 be a sweet gift? Do you remember your days here?
I remember everything here.
Ray Williams roams the halls of Mount Vernon High School, where his storied basketball career began, and where the former New York Knicks captain now finds himself starting a new chapter in his life. Williams has been homeless following years of bad economic choices and dealing with a severe form of diabetes that left him unable to hold a steady job.
I wasn't able to work on a regular basis, and that led from one thing to the next. And it was hard, I was basically winded up out on the street, living in my car. What you're doing is great, not only for yourself, but for the city of Mount Vernon and Mount Vernon basketball.
The 56-year-old brings his 10-year NBA experience with the Knicks, New Jersey Nets, and 4 other teams to the city where he was born and raised. As Mount Vernon's recreation specialist, he speaks to groups like the high school varsity basketball team and consults on the town's sports projects.
I think they're appreciative of it. They want to know a little bit what was like back then. Or were you better than us?
He has a deep and an abiding commitment to these young people, has a great story that they need to hear, and he is an example of what truly being a success is.
Mount Vernon Mayor Clinton Young found Williams fishing off a pier for his daily meal and created the position for him. Williams desperately yearned for a steady job, something he lacked during the past 14 years while in Florida. Mayor Young says the influence of the Williams family, older brother Gus also played in the NBA, speaks volumes of Ray's potential.
I didn't bring Ray up here for any type of social services. I brought him because he could be a genuine asset.
Being back in Mount Vernon has helped Williams directly reconnect with his family, including his 4 brothers who live in the area and his 86-year-old mother, Rosanna, whose senior home is right next door to his new office. Then there are his daughters, ages 19 and 31, who he's been apart from for more than a decade.
That probably was the lowest point of my life, took a part out of me that can never be replaced. Even though now that I'm back and I'm reconnected, with them, it's still going to take some time. But it's great having them back in my life again. That was my first year in the league. How I know is look at the shorts. This is the young stud that was on the program at the Garden.
Oh, that's Dr. J right there?
That's Dr. J in the background. They took about 300 shots.
Whether it's talking about the Nike photo shoot with brother Gus and his mother or his times at the Garden, Williams does not lack honesty, humility, or the drive that propelled him to a career-high 52 points while with the Nets in 1982. Still, a single-game franchise scoring record.
The most important thing is if you're a fighter, you're going to have to fight. You're going to have tough times in your life, but what makes a true champion a champ is how he handled adversity.
I wanted to get to know the Mets' new outfielder, Jason Bay, a little better. Being a native Canadian, I knew he played hockey, but I don't really do ice. So I challenged him to the next best thing, air hockey.
I'm not going to take it easy on you.
Need to stretch out a little bit?
What's that? And I'll let you know if you get ahead of me early, maybe I'll take you out.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
Jason Bay says he's a quiet guy. No rah-rah, just action.
Obviously, I have to be competitive in what I do, but
But do you challenge yourself? Like, is it a challenge with you personally?
exactly. Finally.
Oh, that's not cool.
You get the sweat here?
So you're not too much of a talker.
No, I mean, no. I wouldn't be confused for a chatty person.
But how does that sit with teammates? I mean, you have to get emotional sometimes. Take when he was in Boston last year.
I'm very kind of reserved and quiet. And
Do they take it the wrong way sometimes?
no, it's just that's the way I am. It's like, hey man, smile, you hit a home run. I'm like, I know, but
Driven deep to left field.
in Boston, I mean, there were, some big situations, some big things came up, and, I showed a lot more emotion outwardly. It wasn't forced. It was kind of like that joy for baseball was there again.
And New York is going to be pretty comparable to that.
That was a big reason, not a big reason, but I mean, that helps when you're looking for a place you're going to be for the next 4 or 5 years. I wanted a place where I was going to get to be able to, recreate what I had there. And
There you go.
come on, the angle.
There's that competitiveness. What is going on here? This is terrible.
I thought you were practicing.
I'm handsome trash talking. I like.
That
I'm
was
getting
weak.
skunked. The outfielder is a dad who married his college sweetheart.
My little one's not sleeping too well, and it's everyone says, well, doesn't your wife get up? I'm like, yeah, but I can still hear her, so it's trying to get her acclimated. It's almost the baseball part's easy.
Now a New Yorker, time to talk food. You need a good slice of New York pizza. Have you had a good slice of New York pizza
No,
yet?
I mean, I not yet. I mean, I have before, but we bought a house in Westchester County, and I've already had like 10 people recommend 10 different places. This is the best pizza in the state of New York. Don't get a shot of the score. We'll just say that the game ran out before we could finish. So it's really.
I didn't even get to be competitive.
It did.
I kind of let him win. Oh, I had excuses. Yeah, I got hurt. I broke my pinky.
That's all right. I saw that.
Sore loser? Yes. Good winner? Totally.
Well, Glenn, we certainly learned a lot about Mark Sanchez today, including why he wears the number 6. It is for his father, Nick Sr., who is a fire captain at Fire Station number 6 in Irvine, California.
When you step on the field, you don't have to tell anybody, but you just got to be the best.
Mark Sanchez has always had a certain sense of self, even as a high schooler in Mission Viejo, California. He is confident but not cocky, according to those who knew him before he was the Jets' rookie starting quarterback.
He's very humble. He really appreciates where he came from.
Mission Viejo High School athletic director and head basketball coach Troy Rowland walks us through the halls where Sanchez played out his junior and senior years in high school.
This is the weight room. This is where all the hard work gets done in the preseason. And up on the board are all our guys who have earned Division I scholarships.
Among the pictures is Sanchez, who went on to USC before he was chosen as the Jets' first draft pick in 2009.
Did you see a good work ethic from Mark even at that age?
Oh, he's just phenomenal. He's the first one here. He's the last one to leave.
Sanchez led the Diablos to a 27-1 record and state title as a starter. He also helped the basketball team win the CIF Regional Championships in 2004.
He was our four-man, athletic, ball handler, mid-range jump shooter, very, very good defender. But besides that, you have the intangibles, like the leadership. He's very charismatic. He was a quarterback of a football team. He stepped in our basketball huddle, and people looked at him with confidence.
When you watch him playing, do you call him, or does he call you and say, "Oh, Coach, what had I done with that pass?"
Yeah, we joke about a few plays each game, but or he'd ask me, hey, what'd this look like?
We caught up with Sanchez's high school football coach, Bob Johnson, just before he was to meet with the 23-year-old for lunch. Johnson has been working with Sanchez since he was in 7th grade.
He'll jump around and make, acrobatic moves to catch it, and he just likes to play around.
How did you know that Mark Sanchez would become what he has become?
It's hard to predict that when you get him in the 7th or 8th grade and through their career, but there's a special spark about some of them, and you saw a lot of them up on that board, and with Mark, there was a definite spark there.
Where did he sit in the room?
Mark sitting right here.
Back at Mission Viejo High School, Rowland, who was also Sanchez's AP English teacher, tells us the young man was as dedicated in the classroom as he was on the field, earning a 3.7 GPA.
He took a very rigorous academic course, and he could have just I'm going to be the office aide. I'm already set for SC.
Right.
But he didn't. I think that's why you see the benefit of him being very well polished when he speaks.
We should stress he is still a kid, and even in the pros, Sanchez can make his old coaches throw in the towel.
The question is GQ shooting, and we gave him a lot about that.
It seems all at Mission Viejo High School follow Sanchez's every move, and he follows the football creed. Tradition never graduates.
Every time he walks on campus, when anybody leads, random people walk up, would you sign this? Sure. He doesn't ever blow anybody off. I look forward for the day where you can sit across the table and it's Mark Sanchez the person, and not the athlete. He's such a great person.
So nice to hear from them. Thank you so much to Troy and Bob for meeting with us today.
You don't know Darrell Rivas, do you? You're going to meet him today.
Diana Gilbert is one proud mother, recounting her son, cornerback Darrell Rivas' last championship game in high school. That emotion has only gotten stronger with her son now in his third year with the Jets.
Tell me about what it's like to watch him play.
I don't even think I got words. I really don't. Like, he amazes me every time I watch him. You know, from when he was younger, I've watched him progress in every game, basketball, football. And now to see the level that he's coming, just watching him, I just sit there in amazement.
Gilbert tells us her brother Sean helped guide Rivas. A defensive end, Sean Gilbert spent 11 years in the NFL.
Just working out with my brother. He's learned, he used to sit there on the step of 7th Avenue Hill, which was a steep hill where we used to live, and my brother would run from the bottom, come up, touch the rail, go back down, keep all night. This was like at 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Darrell would sit there and wait. He watched me like struggle, you know, taking care of him.
Gilbert had Rivas at 18 years old. She and her eldest son have an unshakable bond and unmistakable resemblance. When he was failing in school, Gilbert took Rivas out of football until he returned in 9th grade. A tough love that has helped create number 24.
I hope that he goes to the highest heights in this game that he can go professionally, competing with the best. Hall of Famer, whatever, wherever he's going to go with it, I want him to have the best. And I want him to put all of that when he's done and get that degree that he promised me.
He still has to finish, right? He still has to finish college.
Right.
I hear you.
That's what I want him to accomplish.
Yeah.
You know, and stay the person that he is.